How did I get into music? It's always a hard question to answer because I feel like I've always been in music from the time I was, 3 years old or something. There was a lot of music in the house, recorded music. My mom played piano and sang. My older sister was taking piano lessons and doing classical piano, and I think like the first instrument I picked up was a peanut butter can, and I just was really into playing drums on this peanut butter can. But eventually at some point it started to sound more like music, hopefully, and yeah, it's just kind of been an ongoing journey. But there was a big moment for me, specifically with guitar, where my much older cousin, who was more like an uncle to me, came and visited, and he was a great blues guitar player, and he just showed me one pentatonic scale, and I'd never realized I could get that sound on this little nylon string 3/4 size guitar that I had, and that was all that he showed me, and I kind of became really serious about guitar for the next several years, and would just teach myself by ear and listening to records, Eric Clapton, Stevie Ray Vaughan, stuff like that, and yeah. Yeah, drums was kind of the first instrument that I got really excited about, and actually before that I played some piano. And what happened was at a piano recital that I was doing, there was a drummer there with just a snare drum and one cymbal, and that just completely blew my mind, and I got really obsessed with the drums. For the next 10 years, that was like my main instrument. And then I started to get exposed to some other music, and my cousin came and visited, and he was a great guitarist, and kind of from there I got excited about guitar. But I didn't really like desert the drums. I felt like I was just adding another instrument, and I really expected that I would always be a drummer professionally. But when I found the double neck guitar, I realized I could sort of play the drums on that instrument and incorporate all the things I had learned on drums kind of on a guitar, so I could sort of do both at once, and so now that's my drum set, and it's the double neck. I think usually the thing that starts a new composition for me is really just kind of the harmonic context. I do a lot with open tunings and different tunings that I guess I sort of invent. With the double neck, you have 18 strings, so there's a lot of possibilities, and so I'm always kind of exploring different harmonic zones that I can get with these altered tunings, and usually it's just that, just kind of the overall sound and the feeling of a particular tuning will kind of spark some kind of idea. Sometimes it's just chords, but I kind of hear it all at once, like the rhythm and the melody and the chords, and it's all like one thing to me. I think a really pivotal moment for me was when I realized that all of my favorite musicians were like one-of-a-kind, oddballs, weirdos. They're all, each of them, like, there's no one else that can sound like that artist, and so it really opened me up to trying to listen for what I could contribute that wasn't already being done. So as much as all the music I've ever listened to is part of me, and I'm sure influences what I do on some level, I'm really thinking about like trying to listen for what I can share that's maybe new, that isn't already out there. So I didn't really start out with a model of like I want to be like that. Is something that I kind of continually discover every day, and hopefully it continues to unfold, and I don't feel like there's an arrival point where like, okay, I have my sound now, I'm just gonna keep doing that. It's kind of always growing. The set of things that I'm interested in and that I can get to as a musician is always expanding, or at least that's the goal. My wife Stephanie has become a really huge kind of part of everything that we're doing, and in a way I actually think that neither of us think of it as being about us, you know. And what I mean by that is that even though it might be kind of me on stage playing this instrument, to us we're really just trying to like share ideas that we've come across in music, and sort of, you know, the ultimate goal is to just be like a transparent window to what the music is trying to say. But we absolutely both depend on each other in order to let that music come out. Stephanie is an amazing live sound engineer, and her role has grown beyond just doing live sound to doing more creative things with sound design, and now taking over all the live looping. She's doing that herself, so I can just play, not have to worry about tons of pedals, and it's a real collaboration now, and we're just trying to be like servants of the music.